Hello friends and welcome to a new Nitty video. My name is Céline and as you can see I'm at the beach. I'm on holiday. Tomorrow's my last day. I'm here with Mr. Woozy. We're currently visiting my uncle because he lives here in Marbella in Spain. And yeah, I've completely switched off for the entire week because I really needed it, just needed a break. But I did some knitting and I wanted to update you guys on what I was able to work on. Oh my gosh. Woo. Let's just pretend that did not happen. Where was I? Let me put my skirt on. Let's have a nice walk on the beach together and just chat and enjoy the sunset. It's quite funny, this filming setup. I'm just like walking on the beach and Mr. Woozy is just walking backwards and I feel like we're on like a documentary. Something like, welcome to the land of the Spanish. We're currently cruising and making our way down the coastline in the direction of Tarifa, which is a Spanish municipality in the province of Cadiz. Tarifa is actually 2 hours away. We were planning to take a day trip to Tarifa because it's quite famous for the wind sports. I wasn't planning on doing any wind sports, but it's really nice because it's got really big sand dunes. But unfortunately, there was a fire at the campsite, so we weren't able to make our way there, which was really sad. But fortunately, everyone's safe, which is the most important thing. And instead, we went to another little spot. Another nice thing that you can do here in Marbella is the Caminito del Rey. We didn't really plan ahead, so we weren't able to book. We were too late, but instead, we went to one of the beaches around there. They're basically like little lake beaches. I think officially it's like a dam. I don't know, I'll put it on the screen or something. We went to Playa Andales or Ardales. Oh my goodness, my memory. Yeah, Playa Ardales in El Chorro, which is literally by the Caminito del Rey. And it was so beautiful. So cue the footage of that day. That day was absolutely incredible. The water was so green and the perfect temperature, beautiful views. And I've got a family on the beach looking at me, so let's stop rolling. Please continue to hold. Mr. Woozy and I are having a great time. Mr. Woozy right now is so funny, bless him. He's just trying to make his way down the beach without falling over. Let's all comment down in the comment section and give a little applause to Mr. Woozy for being such a good sport. In fact, a little funny story about Mr. Woozy. One time I met a lovely viewer. She mentioned we had a little Mr. Woozy reveal in one of the videos. I think it was the knitter in Paris where we saw Mr. Woozy's shoulder or wrist or something, and she mentioned it and I thought that was so funny. I'm thinking that you guys deserve a Mr. Woozy arm reveal. This is Mr. Woozy's arm. Ooh, you kind of saw the cheek as well. Who knows, maybe next time it'll be his ear or something. So now we've reached a little section with a bunch of sunbeds. I think I'm just gonna sit on one and show you guys what I've been working on as I've been here in terms of knitting. So let's make our way. My brother's birthday is on the 28th of September, so we're nearing the time where I'm going to have to give him the finished birthday sweater that I'm making him. So this one is a self-drafted one that I'm writing the pattern for. I gifted him a similar sweater over Christmas, but that was Aran or worsted weight, and I want to do something a little lighter. This is her for now. So the whole point of this design is that it's very much inspired and aesthetically it follows the features of a sweatshirt, which I think is really cool translated into knit form. I've constructed this with a drop shoulder. We've got some thicker bands here to detail. This is my brother's favorite construction. So far, I've made him a raglan, a saddle shoulder, and a drop shoulder, and he really enjoys a drop shoulder because he feels like it makes his posture look really nice, which is reminding me to sit up and improve my posture. The aspect of these that will give it the sweatshirt look are the edges. So I'll have a double folded stockinette edge at the collar, the cuffs, and the hems. I wasn't expecting to get as much knitting done because my cousin, his partner, and his baby were also here up until today. I was envisioning a lot of family time, chaotic baby time at the beach, at the pool, but I actually got quite a little more done than I expected. So before leaving, I had the top of the back panel and only a little bit of one of the front panels here. So essentially I did the whole front panel and I joined in the round, and I've gotten like 5 or 6 centimeters done of the body. So for now it's just straight stockinette stitch. I want to say this was one skein of the yarn that I'll talk about in a second. I've literally just finished it and I brought a new skein to unwind. I'm not going to do it here because it's 400 meters and that would take forever, and it's also very messy in the sand. But let me talk about the yarn, which is absolutely stunning. This is the West Yorkshire Spinners Exquisite 4-ply in the shade Baroque, which is this deep silvery, shiny lead color. It is so peculiar. I have never seen something like it before. It's got the most subdued, beautiful sparkle, but in a really classy way. This is one skein, which is amazing. It's got 400 meters and 100 grams. That's 437 yards. I'm working on a 4mm needle. The gauge is 25 stitches. It is 80% Falkland wool and 20% mulberry silk, which I think the silk is what gives it that sheen, and it's so luxurious and beautiful. I love how light it is. So sad that West Yorkshire Spinners are discontinuing this. I got mine from Beautiful Knitters. They've got a huge stock left, so if you're interested in this yarn, I'll put a link down below. You better get it before it's gone. I'm so sad that they're not gonna do it anymore. Like, I really want to make a sweater for myself in this because I've been eyeing it for literally over a year. But I just got so much yarn to get through. Of course, let me know in the comments what you guys currently have on your needles because I'm super curious and I'm always looking for some knitty inspiration. While we're at it, let's see what I brought in my little travel knitting kit. Now, as always, I overpacked a bunch of stuff and my suitcase was overweight, so I had to remove a couple things. I usually would bring my little pill box full of notions and stitch markers, but I had to get rid of that and only select a few little bits. This is something I never travel without. It's my Kohana mini snip that I adore so much. It's travel airline friendly. It's got a handmade little pouch for the blades and a little pink tassel. It's so cute. A tape measure. Then I've got some needle what are these? Cable stoppers? I can't remember the name. Anyways, I got a stitch holder if I want to try it on, some metal stitch markers that you can't even see, but they're quite boring. I didn't bring any with some cute little charms on them or anything. And then some more needles in case I wanted to start a new project. I brought the yarn for, but I'm not gonna start it. But anyways, I've got some extra needles and an extra cable, and of course a tapestry needle. All of these are kept in my beloved cherry pouch by the Knitting Swan. And yeah, that's where I'm at with my knitting. Being here has been an absolute blessing. I'm so blessed that my uncle lives here and I can visit him. I've actually visited him pretty much every summer since I was like 4 months old. It's so lovely to just be able to relax and not feel like I have to see the city, not feel like this is the only chance I get to be here. This is also why I'm not making a knitter in Marbella, because I'm sure there will be other occasions to do so, but it's just been so incredibly amazing to just switch off. All year round, I have this sort of knot in my chest, and when I'm at the sea, this knot finally unties. And it's honestly felt like such a relief. Bathing in this water feels like bathing in like a paracetamol. That's how good it is. I've also been really good at just switching off, not bringing my phone with me while I've been at the beach or at the pool and whatever. When I'm back home in London, that was a strong wave. When I'm back home in London, I'm just always on my phone. A huge staple for my relaxation during this holiday has been the Easy Back Massager by Bob and Brad, who are kindly sponsoring today's video. So let me talk to you a little bit about that. Here she is. This is the Easy Back Massager by Bob and Brad. It's a device designed to relieve back pain and tension, which I get loads of during a knitting session because I basically knit scrunched up like this, which is super bad. It gives me targeted soothing comfort with its curved design, and it's got these 4 deep kneading 3D massage nodes that literally mimic a professional shiatsu massage. My uncle has a terrace with a view of the sea, and the sofa on this terrace is the most comfortable sofa I've ever laid my body on. So every evening after a day of sea salt and poolside knitting, I've gone on the terrace and switched on my back massager and relaxed away. The Easy Back Massager also has a soothing heat feature, which is so comforting and relaxing. It helps with circulation and with melting away any aches and pains you may have. It's got a super simple 1-button design which controls multiple settings between the soothing heat option and different massage modes to best target your needs. I love the versatility of this because I don't only use it as a back massager, it's also so good at targeting the shoulders and the neck, which is such a godsend for my knitter posture. You can use this on your belly too with the soothing heat option. If you have, say, a sore tummy or something, it would be absolutely dreamy. Imagine during the winter, I would put this on my belly and have a hot water bottle at my feet. Oh my goodness. I also love to use this on my legs, anywhere from my thighs down to my calves and feet. Yesterday, we played beach tennis for like 2 hours and I was so sore after it, which just goes to show that I never do any sports, which is really bad. But I just popped this out and used it on my legs, which really helped to relax the muscles. Needless to say, I've been so chuffed that I was able to bring this with me on holiday. I will leave the Amazon link to the Bob and Brad Easy Back Massager in the description box, alongside a 10% off promo code for you guys to use. And now back to the beach. Uh-oh. Look at the palms. Oh, look how stunning. Beautiful. I did mention earlier that I am an overpacker, which is crazy because every time I go somewhere, I really try my best to think strategically and really make the most out of just like one item of clothing so that I can wear it in different occasions. But anyways, I've not managed this very well. Are we surprised? I'm kind of not. I did bring some of my summer knits, but I've literally always been in my swimsuit because we've just been at the beach and the pool and nothing else really. This is basically the only outfit I've ever worn. This is the first time I'm wearing makeup in like 10 days. It's been such a breather. Actually, quick fast forward to our last day. We decided to pop by Marbella Antigua, which is Marbella's old town. So let's look around.
Recordando siempre tu calor para nunca de mí desatarlo. Eres el más humilde sentimiento, aquel que me acaricia. Eres mi calma y mi tormenta, por el que mi alma se desliza. Como unos brazos me mece tu amor cuando siempre pienso y en mi mente tú estás, también los felices momentos. Eres el más humilde sentimiento, fe, mi felicidad. Es un tormento no estar contigo y en mí te siento cuando lejos estás. Contigo soy llama y agua, sal y azúcar. Contigo todo, sin ti no hay nada. Me vuelvo abismo como
Also, I have not like used any heat on my hair for like 2 months now, which is so nice. I know that I'm gonna start using heat again once it's winter because I really, really struggle to have a wet head in the winter. I just get super cold, so that's not gonna be the case throughout the entire year, but it's honestly been so good. I really encourage you to embrace your natural hair if you're not used to doing that. As always, I get carried away and start talking about different things. I was saying I have brought a couple of handmade knits, so let's cue a little montage of what I've selected to bring here.
First step for the one that on pioneer in silence. Time is dilating with the movement. Aluminum darling, spinning in the darkness. Wondering where the heart is.
Next year, I really want to try harder to knit more summer tops because I'm always opening my drawers thinking that I don't have anything to wear in the season, and I could easily fix that because I have the privilege of being able to make clothes. So of course the Sabai top by Polystrict is probably one of the most popular summer tops currently. I love a boat neck. I think it's so classy. So that's one that I might consider. Of course, I've had the Ophelia blouse by Star-Crossed Knits in my queue for literally 2 years. I have the yarn for it. I must have it ready for next year. It would be ridiculous not to have it, so I'm planning to do that too. I'm really curious to know what summer knits you guys have created for yourself this time around, so let me know in the comments. Give me some inspiration. What do you like about the ones that you've gone for this year? Why do you recommend them? Mr. Woozy is doing some interesting shuffling. What's up? Now we've talked about summer knitting. Let's briefly mention winter knitting. I know it's crazy that I'm talking about winter knitting while I'm at the beach, but many months ago I started the Esther sweater by Helena Moo and Scapel. It's this beautiful colorwork sweater that I've put aside because I just had to prioritize other things, but I'm so excited to get to that. Speaking of, I just started a new series on my Instagram called Stick to the Knit, in which I challenge myself to complete 10 knitting plans in the last 5 months of the year. So I have until the 31st of December to clear out this knitting list. So as of today that I'm filming this, whoopsie, more water on my skirt. I have posted episode 1 where I showed you guys a little bit of progress on my Olymp sweater vest by Le Pool, which is coming along quite nicely. I didn't bring it on holiday, but I'm so excited to get back to it when I'm back in London. I'm literally almost done on the back panel. It's a super quick knit. I guess one of the 10 knitting plans that I want to go for is the Esther sweater that I was mentioning. So I'm just so excited to get back to that. But first, I must finish my brother's sweater. A lot of knitty things happening. I also want to put more energy into my patterns. I've just released my Suki sweater, which is the sweater version of my Suki cardigan that came out earlier this year. It's kind of the first time that I'm thinking about all of these plans as I've been here. I've just been focusing so much on spending time with my cousin and his baby Samia, who is so cute. Tomorrow is her birthday. She's turning 2, and it's been such a cool experience to spend time with a toddler. I'm 26, I'm young, but you know, some of my acquaintances and friends are starting to have children. So it's been in a lot of conversations with my friends. Some think they won't have children, some really want them. It's funny because up until recently it was like so obvious when I thought about my future that I was going to have children, but now I realize that I have a choice. How great is that? So it's just been really lovely to have these conversations and be with a toddler for so long for the first time and really get to see how parenting can look like. So yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on children. It's such a broad topic, but I'd love to hear from any of you who have children or just your general thoughts about it. I thought I would ask you guys where you stand and I don't know, just have like a nice exchange about this topic. But yeah, it's getting quite dark, so I think it's time for me to wrap up this video. I thank you guys so much for coming on this walk with me. It's been an absolutely beautiful evening. I can't wait to read all of your comments. And as always, I thank you so much for the company. I really, really appreciate it. I'll catch you in London. I will leave my Instagram on screen in case you'd like to follow my creations more in real time. I will say bye for now, and I hope to see you in my next video.